Hi everyone. Today we have Mr. Finn, who was just snuggling this morning. That's why he's sitting in my sweater, because it was nice and warm when he got up. He was having impatience with his light because it just wasn't heating him up fast enough. So, as he always does, he comes to the front of the enclosure and looks at me like, hello, cold dinosaur here, come get me. So, which of course I did, because he has me trained just that well. Yes, he does. Right, Finnian? Yes, and the honorary dragon over there at the end of the bed. Ginger, say hi. Hi. Okay. So anyway, quick update with Finn. So, as you know from the last video with Chimera, I took Finn in to the vet when I took Chimera in for his checkup to get a second opinion on whatever the heck is going on with the back legs. And yes, he's getting ready to do some shedding in a couple of very interesting spots. I don't know. He's so weird. I did remind him that this is America. I realize it's summer in Australia, but it's cold here, Finnian. Yes, it's cold here. And so when you're shedding your skin and it's 38 degrees, maybe not such a great idea. I know. Anyway, so we went in and the vet examined him and she said that he does have feeling in his legs and his feet, which I already knew. But she doesn't think that his legs are communicating with his brain, which was kind of interesting. So she wanted to do an x-ray, so I told her that was fine. He hadn't had one since 2019, which I took with me so that she could see what, we found originally, which was the big nada. So she thought she was going to find a spinal cord tumor, or maybe some kind of a slipped disc or something that would, explain this. And lo and behold, after taking a whole slew of x-rays, because she said that she just kept going because he was being so well behaved that she just was like, okay, let me just take some more films. So anyway, she took a bunch and literally big nada. There was nothing to explain what's going on. And I do think it's interesting. He's perfectly fine. He knows how to move his tail when he has to go to the bathroom. And that takes feeling in the lower region. So I don't know what's happening with him. Neither did she. So I did ask her, in her clinical opinion, because I realized not knowing why this is occurring with him, it's hard to make kind of a guesstimate. But I did ask her, are we in danger of his front legs going? And she didn't think so. She thought that, there was nothing to indicate that would be something to do. I mean, clearly it's neurological, so I guess we're always at risk for that. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Finny Winnie. I know, you're such a good boy. So we talked about, what can we do just to accommodate, his newfound way of life, what his new normal is. And so basically, I told her that I've already, changed his enclosure as much as I can. I just changed his basking spot again, which he is liking. So he seems to be doing fine with it. And, he's not in danger of doing any kind of falling off of it. So that's good. No upside down business with him. So she gave me the name of a place that makes like wheelchairs and carts and adaptive equipment for dogs and cats and other animals, and said, just give them a call and see if maybe they could figure out some kind of a little back end type cart so that when he wants to crawl around the floor or crawl around outside that he can, because he'll have something to put underneath the back end. I looked at their website and it does say that they do 2-pound rabbits to 250-pound horses. So, I guess what I'm going to have to do is call them and say, do you do 1-pound reptiles? Because that's kind of where we are. So we'll see what they say. Other than that, as usual, he's got really, really good attitude. And, I think he knows it's Christmas around here and it's, getting to be that time of year when he finds out he gets good stuff for Christmas. Yeah, they usually get some hornworms. And this year they're getting new gauges for their enclosure, but don't tell him. And usually some kind of clothing item or bandana or something. So they get little Christmas stockings too. So, you know, he's had a number of these now since when March rolls around. He will be 8 years old. Finnian, how did you become so old so quickly? What's that about? You're only a little over a year when you got here. Now look at you. I know. Yep, he's the OG. He is the first dragon that I actually had in my care that, you know, made it look easy. Little did I know, huh, Finn? So, yeah, he's my boy. So, anyway, that's kind of where we are with him, other than struggling with those back legs, not really wanting to move. And he is using them a little bit. But he's getting, I kid you not, if you look at his biceps and his forearms, the boy is getting muscles from trying to pull around his back end. I mean, like, really, seriously, he's getting beefy over here. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, eating well. Yesterday, he ate 17 superworms, which just at a sitting. So, you know, he and I have reached an understanding about modifying his dish. And we have a little ritual about how I put the food in his dish so that it's easy for him to get. So, hi, big guy. You're so handsome. I know. He keeps looking out the window because he would like to be outside longingly because he sees the sunlight, but he doesn't realize it's 55 degrees sunlight or not. So, I'll probably put his sweater on him so he can go out and get some fresh air later on today. But yeah. So we're just going to accommodate. I mean, there's nothing to treat because they can't find out. They don't know why this is happening. And the vet didn't think there was any, you know, big major, you know, miraculous treatment that really was available to him. I mean, you know, I told her that I had done as much physical therapy as I could think of with him. And she did remark that he has amazing range of motion. He's not locked up at all. I said, nope, he's, you know, we've worked on that. He's got lots of muscle development and, you know, he's dragging his behind. She checked him to make sure he wasn't getting any knee, you know, sores or lesions or calluses anywhere. I said, no, I check him every day. I check him because I was worried that his vent was going to get stuck open and that was going to allow problems to get in there. But so far, so good. He's all good. There isn't any of that. And if they do develop, she said she's already got a plan for what she wants me to use on them. So should that occur, then we'll go the next step. But yeah, everybody loved him and played with him and asked if they could hold him while we were at the vet because he's such a good boy. I mean, he's the ambassador for the species. He really is because he's wonderful and he's sweet. He's very loving. He likes to be held. He likes people. You can touch him. You can pet him. You can do anything, and, you know, he's fine with it. So, where I would not put Ruby in that kind of a situation, maybe not even Merlin, because they're not as excited about people and being held by them and interacting with them, where, you know, Finnian, you know, thinks of it as his own personal challenge because he likes to deal with people. So, you know, he likes to interact with them. And it's kind of funny, the only time he was ever a little standoffish, the only time I ever saw him physically move his body away from somebody trying to pick him up, was there was a family at the mall. We were in a store, and the man had his toddler in one of those out-facing baby carriers, and it freaked Finn out. He did not understand what in the heck was going on, why this guy was carrying this other creature facing out. It was just weird. Now, we've seen lots of people with babies facing in, and it doesn't bother him, but this one just, no, he wanted nothing to do with it. But that's literally been the only time he's ever done that. So, yeah, he's a good guy. And just as an aside, if you allow other people to hang on to your dragon or pet them, here's my advice. Carry with you hand sanitizer. If anybody handles my animal, they have to hand sanitize before they touch him and after. They do it before, which protects my animal, and then they do it after to protect themselves. So it's not negotiable. If they're going to want to touch him, that has to be the case, because I don't know them. I don't know where they've been. I don't know what they've been touching. But you know, I don't want my animal at risk ever. So it has to be that way. So, you know, but other than that, I think it's good to have socialization, especially when you can see that people are, you know, projecting good thoughts at them. And I think that's okay for them to be exposed to other people who think they're adorable, right? Or who are fascinated by them. I think it's also good if somebody's afraid of reptiles to have a positive interaction with them, which is another thing that Finn is fantastic about. Yep, I'm talking about you, handsome boy. So now, and the thing is, you know, with Ruby or with Merlin, you know, I'm not going to say they wouldn't have a positive interaction. They well might, but I can't guarantee that the interaction would be with them what it would be with Finnian. Finnian is fantastic. He would never, ever freak anyone out. He doesn't move quickly. He doesn't hiss. He doesn't do any of that. I was kind of thinking Chimera was going to be like this, so that I would have had two animals that people would be able to touch. But I don't know. Chimera's got an attitude, so we'll have to see when he's off his treatment, if he returns to his little happy self, or if this is going to be his new normal, which is attitude central. So we'll see. But yep, but Finn is the boss. He's really the best ever. I mean, there's never been a better dragon than Finnian. Right, my good boy? Yes. So, I know, he's trying to make me feel guilty by looking out that window all the time. See how he is? He'd think he's never seen the light of day, and he goes out all the time. But, you know, he'll rub it in if he thinks he can. So, just like this morning, he was at the front of his enclosure like, excuse me, I'm cold. And so, you know, he wanted to be held to warm him up. And he was a little bit of a dragon sickle this morning, even under his blanket with his heat emitter. He was still like, okay, you need to snuggle me now. So I did. So I had to get some stuff done this morning. So he snuggled on me the whole time, and it was fine. And, you know, you can tell if you're a dragon owner, you know how when you get them and they're cold in the morning and they're all dark. I just hold him until he's this beautiful beige color, and then I know that he's warm enough. Or he goes, okay, thanks, it's been fun, and then he tries to crawl away and go do something else. That's, you know, part and parcel. So, that's what's new with Finnian, the handsomest boy ever. Yes, you are. You're the handsomest boy ever. I know, yeah, shut your eyes because you're tired of it. I don't care. I get to pet you and love you if I want to. Yeah, I do. Yes, I do, Finnian. As you can see, he literally puts up with everything. So, yeah. You can come over here and you can boop him in the front and go boop, 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 boop. Nothing. So, all right, everyone. Well, I hope everybody has a great day. And we will keep you posted on all the others and what's going on with them. Meanwhile, I got to figure out how to get him out of my sweater because he's decided this is just snuggly enough. So, yeah, go about your day. I'll be here. Yeah. So, anyway, hope everyone has a wonderful day. We will see you in the next video. Right, Ginger? Yes, she says right. Okay. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon. Bye.